For my first CNS project this year, I helped in the Pirates musical as the sound guy. I was responsible for all of the microphones to see that they all had good batteries. I also made sure that all the leads had their microphones so that they didn't embarrass themselves on stage. I came to all of the rehearsals and I learned much of the script. The quality of the sound was also my responsibility, and checking if anyone had their mics on while they were backstage. I got a script from Miss Mandy and I went through it making it work with having only 4 microphones because that is the amount that she said we had available and working for the play. November 22nd was my first practice. This was very aggravating because I was not actually needed that day and I was there for 2.5 hours. November 26th. This was another irritating practice in which all I did was sit around and watch them perform. However, it benefited me in the long run because I became more familiar with the script and the characters and their importance to the production. November 29th. I was given the mics today and I saw that we had 8 where I had been led to believe that we had only 4. This was a great relief because it meant having very few times where they would have to give their mics to another actor during the play. December 3rd. Today was exhausting. We were there for 7 hours today and we went through the whole play twice. I was working to get used to the soundboard and checking to see if all the mics were in working order. This meant putting new batteries in all of them, seeing if they turned on, hooking up the wireless receivers to the soundboard, and then checking to see if they made noise coming through the speakers. December 5th. I accomplished a bit today and I got all the mics working and asked Miss Mandy to pick up 8 9-volt batteries so that we could replace them before the show started. I also tried to tell the actors who needed to get their mics traded off with whom and at what time. This I know I will have to continue until the play starts. December 6th. We watched the play today and the directors gave their feedback on Act 1 so the characters would know what they are doing right and what they are doing wrong. I mostly watched, relaxed, and hoped that no one would forget their lines on the days of the performances. I also met the real tech guy who actually works at the school and has used soundboards for multiple years. I like him a lot because he is quiet but he knows what he is doing and is very professional. I stood up at the end and made sure that everyone knew who their mic partner was. December 11th. This was a long day and we did Act 2 first and then the director decided to do the first act as well because we had a little more time. This was a long rehearsal, but the mics were easier because most of the changes were during the first half, so the characters in Act 2 had their mics, so these transitions did not need to happen. At the end, they practiced their finale where everyone stood up and bowed. December 12th. First performance could have been worse. There was only around 30 people in the audience, so that was not very inspiring. Not many people forgot their lines, but someone in the backstage left their mic on and said, "I hate this. Beep. Makeup." I would say that it was a very successful first performance and that I did a good job overall. Only one person didn't have a microphone for one of the scenes. Before the performance started, I put new batteries in all of the mics. December 13th. There was a few more people tonight, almost 125 for the second performance. This performance was slow, and there was a few lines that people forgot to say or just skipped over. There was one scene when a character was steering a ship, but when he was knocked out, he took the steering wheel with him, so Dennis had to go pick it up from him, and that was very funny, because at that moment Salah said, "Take the wheel, Jim," so he literally jumped over and took the wheel. The one thing that happened, though, that was distracting was that the people in the audience kept shouting the actors' names. All the mics worked well. December 14th. This was the third performance for the primary school students. We had a few errors, like during the intermission, someone said, "I'm so legit" in the backstage with his mic turned on. The people were laughing a lot, so it must have been a very good performance. The sound went well, but Miss Manny didn't have enough batteries, so the microphones were dying before the end of the performance. December 14th. Our final performance, which was number 4, was good because the mics were working and Miss Mandy got new batteries, so I replaced them before the show. The house was almost full, and the songs got lots of applause from the audience. I was told after the performance that the left house speaker was not working, but that could not be helped. In the finale, I went up and I bowed. I spent an approximately 38 hours on the set of this performance. I was very dedicated to the set, and I came to a majority of the practices in all of the performances.